You must remember who you are. Before the foundation of the world, your identity was written in light. You were spoken into existence by the word of power, stamped with the image of divine authority, and clothed in the vibration of God Himself. You have forgotten, but heaven has not. You walk as though you are dust, yet within you burns the fire that formed galaxies. You speak as though you are limited, yet every syllable that falls from your mouth is a decree to creation. The law of divine identity commands that you become what you declare, for identity is not discovered, it is pronounced. Say aloud, I am that I am. I am divine identity in motion. I am the image of the infinite. You were never meant to beg for power. You are power clothed in form. You were never meant to search for the light. You are the light sent forth to illuminate. All struggle is born of mistaken identity. Poverty, sickness, confusion, these are not enemies but symptoms of forgetfulness. The soul forgets and the world reflects the forgetting. But the instant you remember, the instant you speak the word of recognition, creation rearranges itself to bow to your true name. Speak this now. I am no longer the shadow of who I was. I am the expression of who God is. The law of divine identity does not respond to hesitation. It bends to certainty. It does not serve the one who pleads. It serves the one who proclaims. For every I am you utter becomes a mold into which divine substance flows. When you say, I am poor, the law obeys. When you say, I am prosperous, the law obeys. The universe is the faithful servant of your declared self. Therefore, guard your words, for they are not sounds, they are blueprints. Each statement of identity summons a world into being. Say aloud, I am wealth in expression. I am divine intelligence in form. I am the living word made flesh. Understand this mystery. You cannot manifest beyond the name you answer to. If you call yourself small, greatness cannot find you. If you call yourself unworthy, abundance cannot recognize you. But if you rise and declare, I am one with the infinite, the whole universe stands at attention, for you have spoken from the seat of divine authority. Heaven and earth are bound to your declaration, for divine law never questions its creator. The law of divine identity is the bridge between thought and manifestation. It is the recognition that to know yourself is to command your world. The moment you identify as the divine, you cease to chase and begin to magnetize. You stop reaching outward and begin radiating inward power. You no longer beg the universe, you become the universe expressing itself through human form. This is the ultimate secret. What you identify as, you multiply. Speak this with authority. I am the vibration of the Creator. I am the consciousness of abundance. I am the word of power moving through time. Every repetition deepens the groove of truth in your mind until no doubt can remain. You are not becoming divine. You are remembering divinity. You are not earning wealth. You are awakening to wealth that has always been yours. You are not learning to be powerful. You are remembering the echo of the original decree that formed your soul. Let every thought bow to this awareness. Let every cell align with this remembrance. For once you know who you are, the world must follow suit. The seas part for identity. The mountains move for certainty. The law does not choose, it reflects. And so it reflects you. If you call yourself light, all darkness dissolves. If you call yourself abundance, all need is erased. If you call yourself divine, the universe must rearrange itself to honor your word. Say aloud now, with the weight of heaven behind your voice, I am that I am. I am the divine made visible. I am the law in motion. I am the proof of God's unlimited mind. Let these words write themselves into your bones. Let them rewire your vibration, reprogram your destiny, and restore your inheritance. The law of divine identity is not a teaching, it is a remembering. And when you remember, creation itself remembers you. Everything moves, everything vibrates. Nothing in this universe is still, and every pulse of creation answers to command. You are not separate from this law. You are the law in motion. The vibration you hold is the signal you send to infinity, and the words you speak are the levers that move worlds. The ignorant cry for change, but the wise command vibration. The universe is not responding to your wishes, it is obeying your tone. Speak aloud. I am the command of divine vibration. My words are frequencies of power. My voice is the sound of God made manifest. You must understand, the substance of life does not resist you, it reflects you. When you speak in fear, your world trembles with scarcity. When you speak in faith, your world hums with abundance. The vibration you maintain is the throne upon which your destiny sits. Therefore, guard your words, for they are not mere sounds. They are electromagnetic decrees. Every I am is a lightning strike into the invisible, summoning form from formlessness. Every declaration is a frequency broadcast into the field of creation, commanding all things to align. Say aloud, I command harmony, and harmony obeys. I command wealth, and wealth responds. I command divine order, and divine order manifests now. This is the hidden law that governs all manifestation. The word is vibration, and vibration is destiny. You can pray, you can hope, you can wish, but until you vibrate at the frequency of answered prayer, your desire remains unborn. Faith is vibration. Gratitude is vibration. Certainty is vibration. To command life, you must become the vibration of what you seek. You cannot command from lack, you must command from fullness. You cannot speak from doubt and expect the world to obey. Only the voice that knows its power is obeyed. The universe bends only to certainty, and certainty is born from identity aligned with truth. Speak this now. I am not asking, I am decreeing. I am not waiting, I am vibrating. I am not hoping, I am commanding by divine right. Let the words roll from your spirit with authority, for when divine law hears the tone of command, it moves without hesitation. When you speak as one who knows, the ethers rearrange themselves in obedience. The unseen is your servant, not your ruler. You are the master tone of your own creation. Every thought is a silent vibration, every emotion a magnetic field, every word an order written in sound. Your atmosphere is your workshop, and vibration is your tool. The rich do not chase wealth, they vibrate wealth. The healed do not chase health, they vibrate wholeness. The enlightened do not chase light, they become it. To command is to become, and to become is to command. The moment your vibration matches your word, manifestation is instantaneous. Say aloud, I release the frequency of prosperity. I radiate the tone of victory. I embody the rhythm of divine success. Speak it until your very breath hums with it, until your cells echo it, until your world mirrors it. For vibration is not theory, it is law, and command is not arrogance, it is divine obedience. You were born to speak worlds into being. You were not designed to beg the universe, you were designed to govern it. Every miracle ever recorded was born of vibration and command. A word spoken, a tone of faith, an atmosphere of knowing. So raise your vibration now. Refuse to dwell in frequencies of fear, guilt, or lack. They are counterfeits of truth. Lift your words, and your life must follow. Lift your tone, and the universe must rise to meet you. Say aloud, my vibration governs my world. I speak only what I wish to see. I command from love, and the universe fulfills my decree. Remember, the law of vibration and command is eternal, impersonal, exact. It does not negotiate, it mirrors. Speak chaos, and chaos multiplies. Speak peace, and peace expands. Speak abundance, and gold must appear. For your word is law when uttered in divine alignment. You are not separate from the power that formed creation. You are its voice made flesh. Stand in your authority and speak with the tone of eternity. Say aloud once more, I am the sound of divine order. I am the vibration of limitless supply. I am the command that creation obeys. And so it is, for the word has gone forth, and it cannot return void. Everything you desire already exists. There is no waiting in the mind of God. There is only possessing. The law of possession declares that what you claim as yours by divine right must come forth, for ownership in spirit precedes manifestation in matter. The soul that knows it possesses does not ask, it commands. The spirit that knows its inheritance does not hope, it declares. Say aloud, all that is mine by divine right is now released to me. I possess it in consciousness, and therefore it must appear. You cannot possess while you doubt. You cannot claim while you beg, for the vibration of asking keeps the soul in distance from its good, but the vibration of possession calls it near. The universe is not withholding, the mind is. The divine storehouse is full, overflowing, eternal, yet only the hand of belief can draw from it. And your hand is your word. Speak this now. I no longer ask for what is mine. I claim it. I no longer chase. I receive. This is the mystery of the law. Possession begins in consciousness. Before gold shines in your hand, it must shine in your knowing. Before doors open in the outer world, they must swing wide in the unseen. You are not to wonder if it will happen. You are to stand as if it already has. To think, speak, and walk as though the promise is fulfilled. That is possession. The law cannot deny what you have already embodied. When you say, I have it now, the unseen world rushes to make it so. Say aloud, I live in the vibration of having. I speak from fulfillment. I walk in completion. For every time you declare possession, you magnetize form to substance. To say I have is to lift the veil between the invisible and the visible. The law responds to ownership, not observation. It obeys those who stand in authority, not those who wait in uncertainty. The beggar prays for supply. The master claims it as his divine inheritance. You were never meant to live in the realm of waiting. Waiting belongs to the mind of separation. The moment you align with divine identity, you see that all things are yours now. The kingdom of heaven is not coming, it is. Possession is not arrogance, it is remembrance. It is the holy act of reclaiming what has always been true. You are not stealing from God, you are agreeing with God. You are not taking what is not yours, you are receiving what has always belonged to you. Say aloud, here I possess the divine idea of abundance, and it appears as wealth. I possess the divine idea. Life is a mirror, exact, impartial, unyielding. What you see around you is not separate from you, it is the echo of your inner vibration. Asian. You are not the victim of appearances, you are the author of them. The mirror of life reflects your tone, your faith, your certainty. Speak aloud. I am the cause, not the effect. I am the projector of divine light, not the screen of confusion. The law of reflection is the great revealer. It exposes what you truly believe, not what you pretend to believe. It shows you your faith and your fear side by side. It is the silent teacher that never lies. When you see lack, it whispers, there is lack in your consciousness. When you see harmony, it sings, there is harmony in your thought. And when you see abundance overflowing, it shouts, you have remembered your source. The mirror does not mock, it serves. It exists to awaken you to your own power. For as soon as you correct the image in consciousness, creation has no choice but to conform. Say aloud, I cleanse the mirror of my mind. I erase all thought of fear and limitation. I project the light of divine perfection. When you hold this vibration, life becomes your ally, and every circumstance bows to the new picture you have painted. The reflection will not argue, it will simply rearrange, for the outer always kneels before the inner, and the unseen commands the seen. This is divine law. Understand this eternal truth. You cannot hide your vibration. The law of reflection reveals it in every area of your life, in the faces you meet, the wealth you hold, the peace you feel. Therefore, bless the mirror, even when it shows you what you would rather not see, for it is the instrument of awakening. It is the merciful messenger that says, change here and your world will shine. Every event is feedback. Every delay is guidance. Every blessing is proof of alignment. The wise do not curse the mirror, they use it. The awakened do not resist reflection, they read it. The master does not fear what appears, they command what appears by shifting the image within. Speak this with conviction. I no longer react to appearances. I act from divine awareness. I am the maker of my world, and it mirrors my divine perfection. There is no loss in the kingdom of heaven. Every appearance of loss is illusion, for divine law never subtracts, it only multiplies. The law of divine compensation is eternal, precise, unbreakable. It decrees that for every seeming setback, there is an equal or greater inflow of good. The universe is a perfect accountant. Nothing is ever missing. Nothing is ever wasted. What you give returns. What you release expands. What you bless multiplies. Say aloud, there is no loss in divine mind. Everything that belongs to me returns multiplied, pressed down, and running over. Every act of faith sets a ripple in motion, and the law must balance it with blessing. Every word of love, every seed of service, every fearless decree plants itself in the soil of the infinite and must come back multiplied. You are never punished by the law, only compensated according to vibration. Speak this truth. All energy I have released in love, in giving, in faith, now returns to me as harvest, multiplied without measure. The law of divine compensation is not delayed. It is exact. What seems slow to the human mind is perfect in divine timing. You may think something was taken, but nothing can be taken from a soul aligned with truth. Every door that closes is compensation rearranging itself. Every detour is abundance finding a purer path. When you feel emptied, know that you are being prepared to overflow. The universe does not withhold, it repositions. The law never forgets your offering. Every word, every thought, every deed has already registered in the ledger of the infinite. Say aloud, there is no debt in spirit. The universe owes me nothing, yet it owes me everything by divine right. My giving is my receiving, my faith is my fortune, my gratitude is my wealth. You must understand this mystery. The law of divine compensation cannot fail, for it is written into the saint. Rupture of creation itself. To think lack is to delay the inflow. To bless and release is to open the channel. The miser loses by holding. The giver gains by letting go. Every act of trust declares to the cosmos, I believe in my source, and the source answers, then take more. You cannot outgive God. The moment you give without fear, you stand in the current of infinite return. When you tithe to truth, when you bless others' success, when you affirm abundance for the world, the law counts it as your own seed, and your harvest becomes inevitable. Say aloud, all that I release in love is magnified, all that I share in faith is multiplied, all that I give in joy returns 1,000-fold. The law of divine compensation is the invisible hand restoring perfect balance. It replaces despair with peace, emptiness with overflow, endings with beginnings. When a relationship ends, the law prepares one more aligned. When a door shuts, the law builds a greater one. When money seems gone, the law rearranges the flow. But the condition is faith. Doubt freezes the current. Gratitude frees it. Remember, the universe owes you nothing personally, but everything impersonally. It answers vibration, not emotion. It listens not to pleading, but to faith. The moment you know you are compensated, you are. The instant you feel abundance, it finds you. The law of divine compensation does not work by chance. It obeys conviction. Say aloud, I am divinely compensated now. I am aligned with infinite balance. Every loss transforms into gain. Every delay becomes divine acceleration. I am the magnet of multiplied return. You are the steward of circulation, not the keeper of storage. Let nothing stagnate in your life, not love, not money, not praise, not forgiveness. Circulate it, and the law will breathe it back to you, enriched and expanded. For the more you release, the more you receive, the more you bless, the more you are blessed, the more you trust, the more the universe pours out its treasure. There is no injustice in divine order, no shortage in divine substance, no limit in divine supply. The law cannot fail, for the law is God in motion. You were not created to bow to circumstance. Circumstance was created to bow to you. You were not made to be ruled by conditions, opinions, or appearances. You were made to command them. The law of spiritual dominion is the first law of power written into the soul of man, decreeing that the spirit within is greater than every form without. The outer world has no authority over the one who remembers their source. When you rise in consciousness, creation itself must rearrange. Say aloud, I have dominion through the Spirit of the living God within me. Nothing outside me has power over me. I rule by divine right. You were not placed upon this earth to plead with fate. You were sent to govern it. The same life that moves the stars moves in you. The same word that said, "Let there be light," waits to be spoken through your tongue. Dominion is not arrogance. It is divine alignment. It is the remembrance of who commands through you. The powerless pray from fear, but the awakened decree from authority. The law does not respond to weakness. It obeys certainty. Speak this now. I am the master of thought. I am the ruler of vibration. I am the voice through which divine law commands order. The law of spiritual dominion begins within. You cannot rule the outer world until you have mastered the inner one. To command peace, you must become peace. To command wealth, you must vibrate wealth. To command healing, you must embody wholeness. The outer responds only to the inner king. All chaos is a reflection of forgotten power. All disorder is the echo of unspoken command. The moment you remember, the moment you speak from your center, every lesser force must yield. For the Spirit of God does not negotiate. It reigns. Say aloud, I do not chase. I decree. I do not fear. I command. I do not submit to appearance. I align with truth. When you stand in dominion, you no longer ask, when will it happen? You know it already has. The invisible obeys the soul that speaks from divine consciousness. To doubt is to dethrone yourself. To fear is to step out of your kingdom. But to declare, to affirm, to command with unwavering faith is to sit again upon your rightful throne. Every thought of weakness is treason against your divine inheritance. Every word of defeat is rebellion against the law that created you victorious. You were not made for survival. You were made for sovereignty. Dominion is your natural state, not over others, but over vibration, over reaction, over belief. You are the gatekeeper of your reality, and nothing enters your world unless it passes through the permission of your mind. Say aloud, I permit only light, I permit only truth, I permit only abundance to manifest in my field. This is the secret of mastery. Command in silence, decree in certainty, walk in completion. The spirit that governs galaxies responds to your word, for your word is a spark of its own flame. You are not a servant of the seen. You are the commander of the unseen. All power is already within you, waiting only for your conscious direction. When you speak as one who knows, the universe moves as one who serves. There is no power in resistance, only in recognition. You do not fight darkness, you command light. You do not struggle against lack, you declare supply. You do not wrestle with fear, you speak peace. Dominion is effortless for the one who knows their oneness with God. You were never meant to push against the world. You were meant to name it and watch it obey. Say aloud, I stand as divine authority. I speak, and it is done. I decree, and it manifests. I command, and the universe fulfills. Let these words carve themselves into your vibration. Let them awaken the ancient memory of your royalty. You are the sovereign expression of infinite mind. You are the voice through which creation listens. You are the living decree of divine dominion. Now stand in silence and know this truth. No force of man, no shadow of fear, no echo of doubt can withstand the one who remembers their spiritual dominion. For when you know who you are, every lesser thing must kneel. The elements answer to faith. The unseen bends to conviction. The universe recognizes its master in you. Speak this final decree. I rule in divine order. I reign in divine love. I command through divine law. I am dominion made flesh. And so it is, and so it forever shall be.